Myers Life here. It's Dr. Myers, and it is day 8 of the Get the Love You Want challenge. Alright, so what are we going to talk about today? Darkness.
Accent made this.
How can you fix your marriage? You embarrassed, they be laughing at all them broken promises and flowers. Don't be passion back. You can get this course for no divorce, so just imagine that. 12 weeks of Myers Life will save you from the avalanche. How can you fix your marriage? You can fix your marriage. How can you fix your marriage? How can you fix your marriage? 12 weeks of Myers Life, we can fix your marriage.
Okay? So, in our lives, we experience crises. Okay? There are certain scenarios, certain happenings, certain losses, certain situations, whether it be that fight you had with that loved one that kind of weighs heavy on you, or the loss of something very dear and near to your heart, or maybe getting fired from a job, or failing an entrance exam. These things are dark times. These are our shadow experiences. These are the experiences that bring in that negative energy to our lives. You know, in these situations, we have the tendency to doubt ourselves, to get hypervigilant. And what I mean by hypervigilant is that we try to do everything we can to protect ourselves from it happening again. So these situations leave a deep imprint on our subconscious minds and activate our pain bodies. And what is our pain body? That's that part of ourself that holds all of our traumas, all of our pains, all of our uncertainties, all of our confusions, and all of our hurts. So, why am I talking about negativity? Well, hey, we're hitting on the 30th, 31st of October, the Day of the Dead, Halloween, all these times, right? And what it does is it brings to the surface a lot of those negative things that we're all fighting with. You know, maybe it was the parent that wasn't there for you as a child. Maybe it's the spouse that cheated on you. Maybe it's that job that never gave you that promotion after years of working. You know, these are the experiences we have that kind of bring to the surface all these negative emotions. And in talking about these negative emotions, it's important to really, really know what our growth is. There wouldn't be light if there wasn't darkness. So the dark experiences are there to show us how powerful and strong our light is within us. So I really want you to stay tuned and watch the rest of this video, because there's some great questions and a great life-changing activity that's going to go forward to teach you how to deal with those dark days. You know, we're in a dark season right now. There's a lot of negativity, a lot of anxiety swirling around everywhere. And it's important to really think about how our light shines through all of this. Because it shines. It does shine. If you're breathing, if you're alive, if you say to that person, I'm here for you, if you say to yourself, no, I'm not going to play into this anymore and be triggered and down and aggressive and mean and depressed, I'm going to fight for what's important for me, which is my peace, then that is your light. And that is that God force light energy that is in you that is shining through all this darkness. So I'm saying this to say to you right now, here today, that the darkness really shows you who you are. The darkness really teaches you who you are, what your character is, what your values are, who's really there on your side, who can you trust, who are you really supported by. And that's why we need the darkness, to really see our light, to really see how we shine through and provide towards our purpose and our divine blueprints that we laid out for ourselves, okay? So, you know, think about this, watch the video, you know, what do you think? You know, share some of these dark moments you have. Share some of the struggles. If you need support, there's plenty of it out there. Don't succumb to that dark little voice that tells you that you do not have a light, because you do. You do have a light, and you do have power. And you have the power to create your reality. And I'm telling you this right here, right now, there's a lot of forces at play that make us feel that we don't. You know, the conditioning maybe from a bully. The conditioning maybe from all those TV programs you watched that told you to, doubt yourself. Maybe a teacher telling you weren't able to, pass, or you'll never be good at math, or whatever it is you've heard throughout your life. You have a light that's within you that can fight through all of it. So, have a great weekend. Be mindful of how your light shines through the darkness, and you can create your reality if you become conscious of who you are. Get the love you want. Day 8, Myers Life.
After years of failing to work out our problems, years of unhappiness and discouragement, we want to give up. In the dark hours when we feel most hopeless, the unconfronted shadow issues of our partnership rumble ominously just beneath the surface, and we feel the situation as hopeless. This is the predictable endgame stage of the power struggle, when people either sink into the passionless accommodations of an empty life relationship, or break up, or choose, in desperation, to finally confront their demons. What demons are you fighting? Despair can be a turning point for people, leading not only to understanding but to a new direction and recommitment. It can lead to the acceptance of the truth that you are connected to an incompatible person who is in your life to be healed and to be a source of healing for you. When you are about to give up, when your defenses are weakening, a breakthrough can come, an insight and a resolve to let go of the impasse, to surrender your fear and take the risk of change. Sometimes our life is darkest just before the dawn. In a notebook, describe the darkest night in your relationship or life. If you are at an impasse now, describe it. Then discuss it with your partner or self until you see the good hidden in the conflict. In these dark times, I realize the importance of 20 minutes of quiet. It's critical that I move into a centered place within, and find an inner peace of mind, and let that centered place restore my confused and noisy state. I see that my difficulties are obstacles I must surmount on my journey towards spiritual wholeness.
I'm alive, 6, 7, 8, feeling great. Now I'm gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine, and gonna do it right and do it again, yeah. I look into the sky with all the beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another. I got to show, to give, let out. I want to sing and shout, take a look and see a beautiful morning that turns into a beautiful evening, and together make a beautiful life. And if you wanna see, then come along with me, that's right. And if you want a good tomorrow, it's pretty simple, gotta find a light to follow. And if you do, you have
The Myers helped me face the issues that were tearing my relationship apart. They provided a safe environment to work through those difficult issues associated with our children, work, finances, trust, and intimacy. I feel I achieved a closeness and a renewed commitment to my relationship. I highly encourage couples to face their challenges and give the Myers a call.
We want to thank the Myers for all of their support. We were on the brink of a divorce.
We just could not communicate. We would have the same argument over and over again.
But after a great deal of reflection, we actually enjoy being around each other again. You taught us skills that have helped us manage conflict.
Yeah, we had a great spiritual conversation with a couple that had vested interest in helping us find our peace.
As a startup entrepreneur, I have been able to leverage the Myers coaching. First of all, they are a sounding board for my personal anxieties as I develop and fine-tune my leadership. I would get so irritated. I now have a plan to manage my anger and a support system that holds me accountable. They are non-judgmental people with tremendous skill and talent, an asset for anyone trying to develop professionally.